What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Afros in the Diaspora. And today we have the elite model, Evans, doing incredible things in Los Angeles right now.
Thank
La La
you.
Land,
La
originally
La
from
Land.
La La Land, man. Originally from Ghana. It's so
Yes.
good to have you on the podcast here today.
Thank you. It's so good to be here. Finally, so sorry for such delay. Life be lifing, but we're finally here.
We're finally here. Clink, clink. Awesome. All right. So we're going to dive right into the icebreakers.
Okay.
Are you ready to answer some questions about your motherland?
Ooh, child. This is where my westernization will show, child.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Let's see. Let me start. Let me start easy. Right.
Okay,
Let me
please.
let me let me start easy. Okay. So when did Ghana declare its independence?
I believe it was 1961. Uh,
Would you like to take that again? Another last chance.
A last chance, so
Last chance. So it's not 1961. You want to try again?
oh,
Because I think Ghana was the first country in Africa.
I believe so. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
girl.
Okay.
So sorry.
No worries, no worries, no worries. 1957
1957. Okay, I was close. I was close by 3, but I'm so sorry.
by 3. Yeah, but it's all good. It's all good. Let me see. Let me see. Um what does Ghana mean?
To me,
No,
or
no, like the yeah. The name Ghana, cuz it used to be, or I guess we could start here. What did Ghana used to be called? Like what was the original, or what did the British name Ghana before it was renamed to
that is
Ghana?
a good question. Honestly, please educate me because I have no idea. I know. I'm so sorry.
Evans,
I know. I
Gold
didn't. Gold
Coast.
Coast. Okay.
Yeah, because Ghana had a lot of, has, I think, up till now, a lot of gold, natural resources.
Absolutely,
So that's
absolutely.
Gold
Ooh,
Coast.
child. I'm so sorry, my brothers and sisters. This is not cute, but I was just born there and I came to Toronto when I was 4 years old, so it was a quick
Mhm.
in and out. But I need to get my stuff going, so I would be
Not a
there.
not a quick in and
It really
out.
was. It really was.
No.
It really was. Like I can't even remember too much
Okay.
memories of it, but I know a
Okay.
few. Yes.
I was gonna ask the meaning. Do you speak any of your Ghanaian
So I
languages?
know a little bit of tree. I'm more
Okay.
so I understand it more than speak it, but I
Okay.
know enough to just navigate. Yes, for sure.
Okay. All right. So now I'm
I'm
nervous to
nervous.
even ask you anymore. Okay. What? Look at me looking for a really easy one for you,
Oh,
because we got to. Okay. What is the official language of Ghana?
tree. Akan. Akhan.
Okay, let's say that's traditional, but what's the official
British English,
language?
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I was like, Tree, come on, Evans. Okay, awesome. So, what is the capital of Ghana?
Accra.
Accra. We know that.
Period.
We know that.
Period.
Accra to the world. Okay.
Period.
What? Yeah. What was Ghana has? Okay. Just a second. Look at me still literally trying to find you just a nice, simple. Okay. Nice, simple. All right. What is typically the rainiest month in Ghana?
That's a good question. I think June. Period.
June.
Period. Period.
June. June.
Oh
June.
Lord.
June.
Oh Lord.
Okay. What is the official currency of Ghana?
Cities.
Okay, look at you. All right. You're like, we know the money.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Um.
Did anybody do bad too before that you interviewed?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
don't
Good.
don't even worry.
That makes me feel a little bit better.
Don't even worry about it. It's not just you at all.
But
And the
this is
thing.
fun. It's teaching me things too. So
All right, we're done with our questions about the motherland for now.
I am so sorry once again.
Wipe the sweat from your
I know.
forehead.
Oh,
Just
okay.
like
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh my gosh, gotta do
Oh my
better, but for
gosh.
sure, thank you for that was actually really like educational. So I'm
Yeah.
happy I know a little bit more and I gotta know more. So next time when you come, I'll be ready. I'll be so ready.
Okay. I'll
Okay?
hold you to this. I'll hold
Please,
you to
please,
this.
please, please. We gotta hold each other accountable.
It's all good. It's all good. I'm telling you, like maybe 10% of people actually
Got it?
actually get the answers I ask them. So don't
Okay.
even worry. And you got some, so like you're good.
Whew, okay.
Wonderful. All right. Evans, we're going to talk about your story
Yay.
today.
Okay.
Yeah, would you mind just telling us a bit more about your immigration story of how you and your family moved from Ghana to Toronto and now you're in La La Land, which is what you're going to hear me say that this entire call, but I mean Los Angeles. Now you're in the US.
Okay, so I am from Ghana, Kumasi, which is the second capital, the Ashanti region. So I was born there, then I came to Toronto, Canada when I was 4 years old. That was 2001. And I remember coming there, it was, I kind of remember bits and glimpses of like my journey to coming from Ghana to Toronto. Like I remember being a kid and I was so curious about an officer's gun. And I remember I reached for it while we were, yes, while we were, I think my dad was getting like through the customs and stuff. And I
Yeah.
remember I reached over to it to grab it and the cop lifted me up. And after he was just, obviously I was a baby. I was like 4 years old. So
Right.
he was like playing around with me and stuff like that. So I
Right.
always had an edge to me. Like my mom used to tell me back in the days when she would take me to the beaches in Ghana, I took a snake, I grabbed a snake and I actually walked towards her and I gave it to her and she was freaking out. I always was a person that I always had some sort of edge and like a rebel to me.
Like fearless. Like
Fearless, yes, fearless. So when I came to Toronto at 4 years old, I can't fully remember everything, but I remember some small glimpses of what I'm doing now that kind of inspired me. I remember watching MTV. That was the time when it was like you stay up all night to just watch
to watch
videos and stuff
MTV.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I
And obviously,
remember.
your parents don't really know what you'll be doing because they go to sleep and stuff like that. And
Hmm.
I remember seeing a music video about Aaliyah, or like "We Need a Resolution." And I remember, like, when I seen that video, my hands was glued to that TV, like in such like awestruck moment. And I remember I said to myself, I want to do something like this. I would love to see myself on TV and do like music videos and stuff like that. So it kind of stuck to me. Then after, rest in peace, when I found out she passed away, I remember I was always waiting every day to see her music video, but then I found out she was gone. So later on, so it kind of inspired me to be like, I kind of want to do this for like her and for me as well. So I really I liked music. So I also got to music. I was like writing music, but not in a serious way at all. It was just more of a fun thing that me and a childhood best friend of mine used to do. And we went to auditions. We wanted to be stars. So we went to auditions. We went to dance classes and stuff
Okay.
like that because it was just like something that was fun. But I guess we had big dreams because it was really what was keeping me going from like just being different. And I remember feeling so out of place. And it was really music and my dreams and my goals that I wanted to achieve that kind of kept me going. So time continued to pass, and life, and you grow older. And then one day, I got into modeling, and I remember I was in high school. I
Mm.
I was at the time I was working for H&M at Dundas Square, so Eden Center. And that was a very pivotal moment for me because I felt like that was my coming of age. I was
Mm.
16, 17 years old and I was queer, but I was very like, you know, I had to kind of hide it, and being far away from home, because downtown was like an hour away, where you see everybody, like you see people being free, people being whoever they want to choose to be, and expressing themselves through like their clothing, like themselves, their music, whatever they do, they were really expressing themselves. And I felt very, very comfortable. And I was just like, that was the time I realized, like, oh, I kind of want to do something like that. I kind of want to do something that's a bit more creative, I guess. And I remember I had two coworkers. One was a photographer. He was from Ireland, and he came to Toronto, and he hasn't gotten into photography in a minute. And I told him I want to be a model. And I decided, was like, oh, we should collaborate it. We should collaborate. And another coworker of mine, he was a model and he wanted to be a stylist. So we were just like, why don't we all three come together and do like make some creative things and everything. And during the time I don't know if you know a website called Model Mayhem, but that was a website where a lot of crazy things be going on, like all kinds of things, scamming and some photography, like collaboration, like it's a lot of things in a broad spectrum. So I was not getting no luck in that. I felt like I just kept encountering scams and people trying to tell you to pay upfront
Front,
for money.
like,
And that time I didn't have money. I was like in high school. So anything
yeah.
that you had to tell that required money was just like,
La 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 la. I'm not hearing
I
you.
ain't trying to hear all that. You
Yeah,
give me
yeah.
the contract, I'm throwing it in the garbage. Like,
Right. Yeah.
so thank God for me being such a frugal ass bitch that
Yeah.
it helped me. It helped me kind of stay away from scamming shit. So,
Oh, that's good.
I started. Instagram was my best friend. Instagram was what I got scouted, how I got scouted. So,
Mm.
we just started taking
Wow.
photos, and there was this one photo that showcased my syringoma, which is a non-cancerous tumor on your face, and or we have sweat glands that have like holes in it where you can release the sweat, but mine is just doesn't have too many holes, so it kind of overgrows and stuff like that. And I got it genetically. Like my family don't have it except for my mom and me and my grandmother. So I got it, and at first I was very insecure about it, and I didn't know people saw it as freckles, and I remember going to. I'm so sorry if I'm not having any like
You're
organization.
good. You're good. You're
Okay,
good.
okay.
Let it flow. Let it
Let it
flow. Let
flow.
it flow.
Period.
Let it flow.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's hear it. Yeah.
So I used to go to agencies. I would go to different agencies in Toronto, and I remember one specific agency. I went to her, and that was during the time it was before COVID. So you could walk in. They will have like open castings on Thursday
Right.
from 12 to 2. Anybody could come. So I decided to go, and I remember when she came, she was like, "So like we have someone similar to your look." And I could refer you to another agency, but this on your face, like, maybe you should check a dermatologist to see what it is and stuff like that. So with me, like,
Oh.
I am very, how do I explain it? I could take my emotions out of things. So if it's a professional thing, I don't take those things too seriously because I
Right.
understand there's some level of, seriousness and cutthroat. I already knew
Right.
getting into it, so I
Right.
never took it too
Right.
seriously. But I was
Okay,
determined to
good.
prove her wrong. I was determined to prove her
Prove
wrong.
it wrong. Yeah.
So I went to go to a dermatologist just for my own sake, and I found out what it was and stuff like that is genetically, so that was nothing I could really do. So
Mm-hmm.
I started collaborating, like I said, with the two people that I worked with, my coworkers, and we
Mm-hmm.
created this nice image that got me attention for the agency I'm currently with in Toronto, which is Angie's Models Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember she no longer worked there, but thank you.
That's
She no
awesome.
longer worked there, but she was the assistant, and she messaged me on Instagram. She was like, "Hey, we really like your look. I think you should come in to let us check you out." Then she sent me the contract online, and I thought I was a little bit skeptical because, mind you, I felt like a lot of times people be scamming on and preying on people who have dreams and aspirations, and
Yep.
they love to tell you you're a star, like they
Yep.
love to say stuff like that. So what happened was that I felt a little bit skeptical about it, and I did not even reply back. I read it and I was just like, kind of like, I disregarded it because I just felt like it's probably another scamming thing. And at this point,
Yeah.
I'm not going to take a career. I'm not going to do a career out of this. I'm just going to do creative things because I do like the art of modeling and
Modeling, yeah.
doing beautiful images and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So my agent messaged me directly and he asked me like, "Hey, we really like you. I really want you to come in to at least have a meeting with us and talk." So when I got there, he explained everything to me, how they take a percentage. They're supposed to get you jobs, so they're gonna make you prepared to get a job.
Yeah.
They will collaborate with different photographers so you can develop yourself.
Mm.
And at first I was skeptical still, but I was like, you know what? I'll sign whatever. And then I
Right.
signed in 2016,
Yeah.
and it was fun. I got my first booking literally a month or two after I signed, but things slowed down. And that was the time when I realized, like, okay, I have to develop myself.
Mm.
So my agent was very, very, very futuristic thinking. Like he's seen my potential and he's seen what I can do. So he said he's in it for the long haul. And
Yeah.
then I just, I am a type of person, I like to improve in myself. So I was traveling
Of
all
course.
over the place in Toronto. Like I was going to Hamilton, which is a drive, because I was staying at North York,
Mm-hmm.
Western Road,
Mm-hmm.
period. That's
Mm-hmm.
where I was staying at, Western Road forever. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I was traveling to downtown, Richmond Hills, all kinds of places just to collaborate with people that I really, really like mess with. And
Mm-hmm.
I was impressed by their work and I just knew us collaborating was something that would produce magic. And then I
Mm-hmm.
got I got some bookings and that kind of became a domino effect. So
Mm.
it's crazy how you will work hard and then you get some opportunities and everything starts connecting for you.
Yeah.
Yes. So sorry, that was very a lot.
No, no, don't even apologize. Like that's it. Like I asked a very open-ended question. So like, yeah, just as the answers
Let
flow
it
out of you,
fly.
just
Let it
share. Let
fly.
it fly, let it flow,
Let it
just
flow.
express yourself.
Yes.
But how incredible is that? Because like I, my reaction, because when the person was like, "Oh, you got that thing on your face, coach."
Yeah, that
What?
girl.
Do you
Yeah,
think I do not have a mirror?
she was a B, a capital
Oh
B.
my
But
gosh.
you know what? It was a good way to just let you know how things run out here. So I never took it too
Yeah.
personal because like it is cutthroat, and
Mhm.
I feel like it was even much more better to prove her wrong, and many people
Right.
too. So I
Yeah.
didn't take it too personal, but at the same time, I realized like stuff like that could really diminish a person's
Your
self-esteem.
self-esteem.
So if
Yeah.
you're not
Yeah, yeah,
secure
yeah.
in yourself, you can easily get swayed by that to make yourself feel
That's
less.
true. That's
Hmm.
true. And yes, like it is cut, throat. Like it's very, you gotta look like this, you gotta walk like this, you
Yes.
gotta, you gotta be this weight, you gotta be this height sometimes, you gotta, and that's fair because it's an image industry, right? So it's very
Hmm.
visual. It's about like, we this is the box. Can you fit into
Yes.
this box,
Yes.
right? In a lot of
Absolutely.
ways. And shout out to people like you who are like breaking those, but you're like, bro, I was born like this. What do you want me to do?
Yes.
I can't sell that. I can't, like, this is it.
Okay. No, for real. Yes.
And but being confident in that, because like sometimes I can only, imagine. I saw somewhere like on TikTok a while ago actually, this woman who has vitiligo,
Hmm.
that,
Hmm. That's
yeah,
the thing
that
Michael
skin.
Jackson had.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, this lady on camera, you would see her like this, you wouldn't even think any, like, you wouldn't think that, you don't think like anything at all was going on
Hmm.
underneath. But by the time she wiped off her face with what is it,
Makeup or
makeup cleanser,
remover?
makeup
Yeah,
cleaner,
yeah,
makeup remover, bro, And it was just this thing where she was like, I'm tired of hiding, I'm tired of covering up something I have no power over. It's
Over.
not, like, this is just who I am. My mom looks this way, and this is me. And it was just her way of coming out, in a way of
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm tired of hiding. Like, people started to like, wait, what, really? Like, you've been covering up this whole time? She looked
Mm-hmm.
gorgeous, like absolutely
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. And it's just something you don't have any control over. But I
Mm-hmm.
completely, like, I hear you when you say that that's something that can literally make someone doubt themselves and like
Yes.
question their own self-esteem. But you're like, next, my mom
Yeah,
has this. Okay,
honestly,
let's move on.
absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely, because it's really what makes you set yourself apart. And
yeah,
I feel like we finally live in a time where we're breaking the Western society of what we call standard of beauty. I feel
yeah,
like, at the end of the day, it's within. I know it sounds so cliche, but it really is. And also, if you own it, I feel like what you own, people can't tell you anything about it. You can't
period.
say someone's insecure about something if they own it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Even though
yeah,
you may not think it's cute, but if they think it's cute, somehow they become very magical in how they carry themselves. And I
yeah,
think that's what it comes down to it. And I feel like, yeah, modeling is about not only being pretty, but it's really being yourself and owning who you are and standing in
yeah,
it. Because is what makes you unique. And I feel like people want to feel that way. You want to also give off energy where they can feel confident themselves. And I think that's
100%.
what makes a person true confidence if they can make you feel confident about yourself as well. And I
Yeah,
just think like that was for me was like I'm not gonna allow this to stop me. Um,
yes,
I'm a Capricorn, so like when we have our mind set on something, no matter how long it takes, we don't even care about how you feel about it. We become very stubborn about it because we see it, we vision it,
mm,
and we want it, and we gonna get it. So I was
period.
very determined to like, I'm gonna get into an agency. I don't care what you have to say,
Yeah,
and I always like, even Chris Jenner said this, like if someone's saying no to you, you're asking the wrong person, and I really stand on that. Like you're
mm,
really asking the wrong person, and
yeah,
there are agencies that will embrace you and that will protect you too. So it's just a matter
yeah.
of finding
That's
what's
that's
right for
awesome.
you. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome that there are agencies that will advocate for you, because like,
Yes, yes.
I don't know much about the industry. I only hear what I hear, like people not eating, people having eating disorders, people like
No, no,
what
no, no.
sometimes like,
I'm not laughing at it. It's just yeah.
no, no, no. I get what you're doing, but like, but that's the news, right? When you hear about models, especially folks that are super, skinny and are trying to keep that
Hmm.
physique, like, they don't
Hmm.
eat. Like, I saw the
It's
one with like
ridiculous.
cotton balls and orange juice is what a person like. I
No.
can't understand it. But then, like, more recently, I've been seeing more like more diverse body sizes
Hmm.
and
With
more
plus size
diverse
models.
tones, more
Hmm.
diverse tones as well,
Hmm.
right? Not just like the mulatto tone, like not like the latte, more like deeper tones like
Deeper,
yours,
deep.
like just
Yes.
deeper brown tones. And
Yes.
it's just been so beautiful to see that, because like, not in the world of people, like, if you're modeling for for a dress or for whatever, like, people of all sizes will probably wear it, you know
Yes.
what I
And
mean? Like, it's not just,
no, so sorry. No, yeah, absolutely. And like we're all different people. We come in
we're all
different
different.
sizes, shapes, and colors. So it's kind
Yeah,
of like crazy to say you have to be this standard, or if you're not, you're not valuable, you're not beautiful. Like that's stupid. You know what I mean? And I feel like with anything, I think they capitalize on people's insecurities, and I feel
mm,
like that's just how it goes. And like I said, if you own who you are, I think you'll be more safe, and you can
yeah,
distinguish what is really like a projection and what is really who you are. So
a
I feel like
projection. Yeah,
who you are, honestly.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
you got, and you can only do so much to yourself.
right,
People buy plastic surgery, Botox, and that's fine, but like only so much you can do. Like we see
right.
botched before, so you know how that can go.
Yeah,
I feel like in some degree you just cannot overly change everything about yourself. Even
that's
certain things
true.
about me that I don't personally like, I've learned to just be okay with, and that's okay too. It doesn't mean I'm insecure about it, but other people like it, and it's like, oh, thank you. You know what I mean?
I'll
Yeah.
take the compliment. Yeah,
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
But have you ever had that? I have a few more questions. Have you
Oh,
have you
absolutely.
have you had that scenario where, I mean, other than your skin, which, like, forget them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but other than that, like, have you had, because some of the stereotypes I've heard,
Hmm.
and so I'm just gonna ask you
Yeah, girl, you can
about it.
for sure.
Is it have you encountered like folks that are like, ah, you need to lose some weight, or you need to like change your body in ways that are not entirely ethical? Because you're
Mm,
like you, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
have you encountered anything like that in your career so far?
So, personally, for me personally, I did not.
Okay,
I do have
that's
curves.
good.
We're African, West
Yeah,
African.
this
We
is
have
it. Yeah,
curves.
you're
So,
gonna
like,
get this. Yeah.
if anything, it was more so me where I realized, okay, maybe I need to, loosen a little bit just for me
Okay.
personally.
Okay. Fair.
Um, That's a very interesting thing. You know what? I do think me being a male model and a female model is too different. In some
Yeah.
degrees, I feel like when it comes to stuff like that, unfortunately, female models go through a lot more of that than the male one. I feel like
Mm,
maybe male models you have to be a little bit more butcher and like abs and stuff like that. So,
right.
personally, for me, no, I never experienced that. No. But
Okay.
that does not mean I won't. And if it does happen, I hope I have the confidence and the courage to just like maybe say no to it. Like not every money is good money too, and it's okay to
Oof.
turn certain jobs down because it goes against your values as well. So
Yeah,
hopefully,
100%.
I will get to that point where I will be able to do that. But
Hmm.
so far, no, no, I haven't.
Yeah, that's I'm happy to hear that you haven't had to encounter that. Like I can only imagine the toll, especially like hearing that over and over again, like,
Yeah.
So yes, I'm glad that you haven't had to
Good
experience that.
question
And
though. I like these
my
questions. Cute.
yeah, of course. And my heart goes out to folks who have, experienced that. I'm really curious about your parents and how your family accepted your
Mm,
career path. Would you mind sharing a little bit more about that?
absolutely. They're African, West African, Ghanaian parents. So you just can know, like, if it's not of structure, quote unquote, they're not gonna really fully see it. You know what I mean? But I
Right.
would, I would give them this. They never stopped me either.
That's
I
good.
feel like they were also they may not have been 100% supportive about it, but they never stopped me either or discouraged me. They just
Mm,
seen it as, at the end of the day, if it's gonna produce you some coins where you can be okay, we're
yeah.
fine with it. And I think,
Yeah.
but you know how it is, like they love to talk shit, and then until you get your big break, and it's like, oh, so that's they start posting your picture on WhatsApp and start posting. So you know how that
Yes.
goes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
yes,
I,
but my parents was a lot more reluctant when I said that I was going to LA to live there for that. They were just like, "Oh wow, you are actually taking this to
doing this.
another level."
Yeah.
But I was at that age where you can't really. I was 26, so you know what I mean. Like I'm at that age where it's just like you really can't say you can't force him to stay. And on
Yeah.
top of that, I felt like I was gonna still do it regardless. Like, cause I feel like it's not. I feel like when you're very passionate about something, it's deeper and I feel like that's between you and God, and nobody should come in the way between that. And I just think, like,
Hmm.
for me, I would be more sad if I stayed and then actually really exploring and not only modeling, but exploring myself
Yeah.
as a young
Hmm.
man, you know what I mean? And really seeing different things out here and
Hmm.
more about myself. So, they never discouraged me at all. But I think now they're very more supportive than ever. I just think
I
for
mean, your face has been on a lot of big ass campaigns now.
oh
So, like,
God, it's gone, honey.
of course, they're like, that is my son. That is the fruit of my womb. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Right.
like you're completely right. Like African parents. So see, when people just have bad mouth, I feel
Hmm.
like there's something that happens the moment you become a parent. You just like you just have this mouth that you can roast your kid at the
Yep.
blink of an eye
I.
over, like, and it will be painful, like for
Uh-huh.
whoever is on the receiving end, and they can't talk back to you, so it's just
Okay.
like, well,
But you
now
know
I gotta
what?
go cry in my room.
But you know what? In some degrees, in a weird way, I'm actually not. I'm happy. It came with a good probe for it because it made you not only thick skin, but it made you work harder to prove them wrong. And
Yeah,
it also taught you about how there are people out here that, if I didn't get those from my mom, like, hey, someone else would have gave it to me and it would have been way worse. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I've learned to also grow thick skin and through
yeah,
life experiences,
of
you
course.
learn how to just navigate through this. And
Yeah.
you don't get too caught up with rejection. You just learn to
Oh,
also appreciate the best that you give, and that's it. You can only do
yeah,
so much. Sometimes it's out of your hands, but I
yeah,
feel like if you do your best, you can feel satisfied at least on your end, and just leave the
yes.
rest to whatever happens, and to God. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. And that's it, right? It's like they want you to have thick skin,
Hmm.
and they're like, okay, if you're going to do this, you got to be sure, and you got to be sure that you're sure, and you
Yes.
got to be like, you have to have a plan, you have to be actually working towards it. So it's not like
Yes.
you wanna do modeling, but you're in your bed all day, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're
It
actually
don't work
working
like that.
towards it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to them, because in their way, it's a motivation, but it's also like,
It hurts still.
I'm gonna, yeah. It's like, ouch. That's an ouch,
It
but we
still
move.
hurts. It still be hurting.
We move. So, like, how was it when you moved to LA for the first time? Like, what was settling down
To
like?
LA?
Did you have to find a new agency? Like, what was settling like and all that?
Okay, so yeah, so I came here a couple of times. Okay, I only came here twice, not a couple of times, but I came here twice when before moving, and I really really liked the vibe. I was
Okay.
really more so into how it was. It had a nightlife, but in the daytime it could be chill. It could be really a kickback, and it really enjoy the weather, and obviously like the palm trees really sucks you in. So when I got there, I was really, really blessed that the agent that my agent in Toronto, he was living out there, and I let him know as well, and I really got blessed because after I moved, the next day I had like go sees, so I was very I had I think 6 go sees within the week, so.
What is that?
Ghosties is just basically agencies come. It's like think of it like an interview where they come, you come,
Oh,
they talk to you, they take pictures of you, get your measurements because they have
oh,
interest in you. So and
oh,
they
okay,
feel you out and stuff like that. So
okay.
I came to LA January 30th, and the next day I had two, and I was blessed. It was God, honestly, because I was so afraid because I really didn't know if I was gonna get anything. So I was just like, oh my gosh, this is scary. What if it don't work out? But I think sometimes you just gotta go for it and just gotta do it, and somehow it'll fall into place. So
Yeah.
um, I was blessed to have. I came with two friends from Toronto, and I had another friend from the UK, and we all had an Airbnb. And where I was staying, like miraculously, it was actually 5 minutes away from where I decided to move because I had to find a place before coming there. So I was moving my stuff while going to go sees. So the next day I wake up going to go sees. Then I'll move things when I come back. Then we go out at night to parties and stuff. Then the next day I was doing that. So it was
Okay.
like we were out and about.
Right.
But I got really lucky, and the agency that I am with right now, Marco, the agency, they really wanted me the next day I got here, but I had 5 more to see. So I couldn't make my decision completely until after. And it was really like meant for me to be with them, and the energy was great. And on top of that, they were advocating for me, and I was really more so focusing on that than what you can make for them, because it's one thing to make them money, but it's another thing if they really, really believe in you and they really advocate for you, because they're not
Yeah.
going to put you in situations where you can be taken advantage for a coins.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I felt very connected to them, and I
Mm.
was lucky to get some bookings, and we're still out here. So it feels like starting over again, where you have to build yourself again, but it's different because now I have my tools, I have my craft, and I'm just paving my own way and navigating through the city of Los Angeles.
Oh my days. So like your mom went on her knees and said, God, as my son is going to Los Angeles, open all the door. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, she was on the prayer
your
line.
your mom was on the prayer line with Jesus, like, please, you got to go with my son. You have to go with my boy Evans to LA. He can't go by himself. Go help him. And like truly, like it's incredible, like how doors literally open for you your first
Thank
week
you.
there,
Thank you so
like
much.
that's a blessing, and that's
It really
absolutely
is.
incredible. It speaks to your hard work and your commitment as well, because I feel like sometimes life just is like, I'm just gonna test you, Evans. Are you really in this for the long haul? And are you gonna really take that step out in faith and take that leap? Like that's literally what you did, moving to LA, without family there, and like, just trying to pursue your own passion, your purpose, like you said. So that, like, big recommendation to you, like
Thank
big
you.
up, big
Thank you
shout
so
out
much.
on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
it was very, it's, you have to rely on faith. That's all I
Hmm.
could say. And you'd be surprised what God can do for you. I feel
Yeah.
like there's been many moments when I did not know what was going to happen, how things was going to form, but I kid you not, how God comes at the right timing, and it may not be the time you want,
Yeah, but
but
it's always
it
on
comes
time.
when you need it, and I think
Yeah.
I can only be grateful and just continue to make my way and leave my mark and just build myself and help people and put other people on like myself. So
Yeah, 100%.
I'm really
Yeah,
excited about what else I got out here.
that's incredible.
Thank
So
you.
if Evans, if I'm like, "Ugh, I want to be on Calvin Klein poster next year. If I'm saying I want to, for because there are people that I know once upon a time I nurtured a dream of being a model. But I don't know. I don't even know why. Because to make money, I've posed for a couple of campaigns, but
Oh, that's amazing.
I'll never call myself a model. But to make money, I'll just be like, if I see the, like, how
Okay.
on Facebook there's some groups. So
Mm-hmm.
there's some like groups in Calgary that are like Calgary models and photographers and like things like that. And sometimes they put out calls for campaigns for like photo shoot for a university campaign or for like a hair care, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've filled out, those forms and stuff twice, and I got it the two times that I filled
Oh,
it.
period.
And
That's nice.
I did not post about it. I didn't tell anybody. I'm
Oh,
like,
why?
I'm doing this for money. I just, like, I feel like I'm barely like, and it was such a good time. Honestly, I had a great time. Like posing, act like you're talking to someone while pointing, and then someone's taking the photo, and like,
Yeah,
but it wasn't anything like, fashion or anything like that.
it's
And
still something.
of course it's still something, and I'm
Okay.
more than grateful for those opportunities. But honestly, it's one of those things that if I see the opportunity, if I need a couple of dollars to make up my rent, I will. And I see the call, I will put myself out there.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no. And so what would you advise people that are interested in it but literally have no idea how to go forward with modeling? Like, is there a school for it? How do you even get started? How do you connect with people? How do you,
I
like, how would you recommend?
Okay, so this is on. I'm gonna recommend it through like what I did. I would say honestly, collaborate
Mm,
with people that are actually starting up as well as you. If you want, that's what I did. I made sure to collaborate with people that wanted to be a stylist, wanted to be a photographer. It's better for you to do that because you learn and you guys both you guys have your own path that you want to achieve. But when you collaborate, you can make magic out of it. And
yeah.
also be like a sponge, absorb it, enjoy it, work with different type of people and challenge yourself. Make mood boards, use Pinterest. Pinterest is the best friend, even for poses. Like for people who don't know how to pose too much, go to Pinterest and really just like search it up and obviously have one in your back of your pocket, but also when you're on camera, don't be afraid to look ridiculous. I feel like when you're not afraid of that, you actually create a lot of better images when you're not in your head and you're just enjoying it. And do it for the art of it as well. Money's great, I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like at the end of the day, if you have passion for it and if you look at it in an artistic way, it can also allow you to enjoy it and not take everything to heart, especially when you don't maybe not get a booking or something like that.
Right.
Um, obviously, like be the best shape that you can be. It looks different from everybody, but be the best shape that you can be. Because when you do feel good and you look good, it would translate. So,
Yeah.
embrace that and be you. And also, like I said, collaborate. Collaborate. It's a community. It's don't get into the mentality of scarcity. I feel like if you're trying to one up, it's always gonna end up. You're gonna fall on your plate, but you're gonna fall on your face. It may not be now. It could be later. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, it's better to build community and you could put other people on. So
Mm-hmm.
I would say make sure you work with people that are starting up just like you and make your
Mm-hmm.
mistakes and learn from it and post it. You know, who cares how many likes or comments you get? Just post it for you. Build yourself because people are watching and, agencies are watching as well. And go to models.com. I always suggest it to everybody because that's what I did. Go to models.com, search up agency in your country and look at all their agency and go to their website and check their submissions and submit it. And I feel like just enjoy it if you can. There are freelance models too. It's very diverse in terms of how you can get gigs and you can build yourself. You don't only have to rely on agencies as well. It's your work
Mm-hmm.
ethic at the end of the day that matters. And I feel
Yeah.
like if you're determined to really be a model, I think you can really do it. And you gotta have thick skin. You already know how that goes. But
Yeah.
make sure you just enjoy it for the sake of doing it because it's fun. It's really fun. It's nice being on camera. If you love being on camera, you're gonna love it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
enjoy it. Try to enjoy it more than actually taking it too seriously because
Yeah.
it's not easy, but
Mm-hmm.
it's worthwhile when you're actually enjoying and loving it. So I think that's what I would say. At least that's what I was doing.
Yeah, and that's like, well, you heard it here first. These are the tips. But I mean, that's it, right? And what I will add, just from an artist perspective of like reaching out and looking for opportunities, like you said, like you collaborate with people. Also, there's some you will be surprised at how many like Facebook groups and
Yes.
like groups in your community and like stuff like that
Yes.
you can actually get into. And on those groups you would see people just put random calls out like, hey, I'm new to the city, I'm trying to build my portfolio. And then you and a photographer may be like, oh hey, DM me, like let's
Mm-hmm.
make something happen. And
Mm-hmm.
but also be careful because like you said earlier, there are scammers.
Okay. Like I said, and look, no agency is gonna tell you to pay something up front. If
Yeah.
you're new at this, you're not. No, no.
No, don't do it.
No,
No.
because at the end of the day, they need you to make them money, so they have to invest in you.
Yeah.
So why would they tell you to pay upfront if they need to build you? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So be careful of that, but also trust your intuition. Even with photographers, even with the people you collaborate, just trust your
Yes.
intuition.
Yes. Yes.
Don't
Don't.
allow your passions or your goals overlook or gloss things that is wrong or feels weird. I feel
Yeah.
like it's not worth it and you want to enjoy and feel safe and
Yeah.
just be aware of, people taking advantage of people's dreams,
Yeah.
and people
Yeah.
who want to actually innocently just be stars. And there's nothing wrong with that, but don't allow it to make you blinded about the dangers in the industry.
Yeah, because there literally are people who will look to like violate like
Yes,
you,
and
a
take
person,
advantage.
take advantage, like, oh, yeah, you come for a shoot and they're like, oh, okay, so get whenever you're ready, and then you realize at the shoot that you're supposed to take, it's supposed to be a naked shoot.
Uh-uh.
Run, run, oh,
Ronald.
run, oh, run away.
Run, run,
Run away from there, because
run. For
there are
free,
shady people.
run. For free, run.
There are shady people, and there
I
are
know.
people who, like, in the name of modeling, but it's really porn they want you to shoot. Like,
Yes,
people are crazy, man. Like, people are wild out here.
I know.
Be careful. Like, if you go to a place, it's giving weird. If it's and if you're the only one there too, sometimes, like,
Okay.
just a bit of a side eye. Sometimes it may be
Yes.
fine, but give a bit of a side eye. If there's no stylist, if they're not collaborating with anyone, or if it's a, male who's like, and then you're a female, like, whatever, like the dynamic. I mean, there are also women that take advantage of women and men that take advantage of
Facts.
men. So be mindful, and just like let your spidey senses like be, tingling, right? And
Absolutely. And also, FYI, like, if you feel uncomfortable during the shoot, you could stop it too. I feel
yeah.
like just because, let's say, you were doing something like you were doing an underwear shoot, and
Mm-hmm.
you're fine comfortably being in your underwear, and that's fine. But then
Mm-hmm.
if they're telling you to take it off, and then now you feel uncomfortable, that's just as valid of you stopping it right away too.
Yeah.
There's no degree of when you should do or not. If you feel uncomfortable in that moment, that's valid. Stop the whole shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, stop it.
So
You have consent. Like,
you
you
have
have to give, and
consent.
you can take it at any time. You can be like, I'm actually no longer comfortable with this, and
Exactly.
I would like to go home now, or my mom is outside. Just whatever you need to do to get out of there, get out of
Exactly.
there. Because there have been
Exactly.
so many horror stories, man. So many horror stories about
Unfortunately.
how people get taken advantage of physically or sexually, or whatever the case may be. So just be mindful out here.
Yeah, please do. Please do. And trust your intuition. That's all I could
Yeah,
say. Trust your intuition at all
trust it
times. And you
at all
got it.
times.
You got it
Yeah,
too.
you got it. You got it. You got
Hmm.
it. Awesome. Any last words you want to kind of leave before?
First of all, thank you so much for this. I've never done this before. It's really
Hey.
nice to just feel appreciated for what you're doing. I think sometimes you get so caught up in what your everyday life
Yeah.
and really building yourself that you lose sight that there are people that are actually really cheering for you, that are
Oh
wishing
yeah.
you very well, that want you to succeed. And
Yeah.
thank you so much for giving me the platform to just tell my story and really just touch people with my story. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that.
Oh, I
Um,
appreciate you. And you
yes,
remember how we met? We met on this, like,
yes, yes. The Zoom call, the Zoom,
yeah, the Zoom with, like, the film
the
program
film
for,
thing.
like, young
Yes,
and black filmmakers, emerging filmmakers, and you were one of the folks in it, as was I, and we both did projects, and it got shown, and it was really cool.
yes, yes.
But I've tried to kind of like follow everyone and just kind of peep on what everyone's doing and cheer them on in the comment section, like,
Yeah,
hey, like,
honestly,
yeah,
what you're doing is great too. Like you're really just advocating for us, and I love the cause and the meaning of it too. Like it's really great what you and you're actually doing it. You're following up. Like you're on it. You're really on
yeah.
it, and good for
I'm trying to
you.
be a filmmaker, boy.
You
I'm trying to
will.
do it. I'm trying to
Absolutely.
do it. Yeah,
Absolutely. Take
yeah,
steps at a time and you
yeah.
eventually you realize like, oh shit, I went all the way up to the top. Like
Yes.
so yeah, you're doing great and the cause of it and the cause is amazing. Like this is
Thank
what's
you.
up, period. Like cheers
Thank
to that.
you. Period. Eee.
Yes.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Evans. Would you like to leave your social media for folks that want to kind of?
Yes, yes.
Oh
So
yeah, please.
I'm more of an Instagram girly. So it's EVNSOFORI, Evans Ofori without the A. I'm getting to TikTok a lot more. So it's the same thing as my Instagram handle. But yes, that's it. Thank you so much for this. It was great.
Of course. Before you leave, you will not escape this one.
Hey,
Leave.
you hit in the nail, child.
I see. Leave us. You're like, oh, no, wait. Wait a second. Oh my goodness. Please leave us with just a word of wisdom, a word of advice before we
Oh,
head
good.
out.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's a lot. Okay, I have a few more. I have one. know your magic and know how to give it up. You know what I mean? Know your magic, know who you are, know you, how you walk, how you talk. Like, you form it. It's okay to have, I love how celebrities have alter egos. Like, form those that create that ideal version of yourself and own it. And
Mm,
look, what is impossible is not possible impossible for God, and God will really make pave the way for you. And even if you're not spiritual, like, the universe is God. God is love, and spread love and do you celebrate other people. Your turn will
yeah.
come too,
Yeah.
and don't give up on yourself. It's hard. It's really, really hard. But at the end of the day, it's worse to pursue or do things that doesn't resonate with you. I think
Yeah.
it's way worse than actually going out in the field and really getting your hands dirty and building yourself. Like,
Yeah.
stay focused and stay determined, and you'll get there.
Yeah.
And enjoy life. Enjoy your path. It's different from anybody,
Enjoy life for real.
and
Yeah.
live and stay present, and don't be an asshole.
What a way to end it. At the
Okay.
end of the day, don't be an asshole. That's
Don't be an
awesome. Thank
asshole.
you. Thank you, Evans. Now you can shimmy off as I close this. Thank you all. Thank you to our listeners for for staying with us for this episode. And again, Evans, I really appreciate you sharing your story, sharing advice, sharing, your path with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was really fun. You're a great
Awesome.
host, and it was good. It was really good. The trivia,
Thank you.
I choked up a bit, but
Yeah.
that was okay.
That's all right.
Next time I'm gonna know my shit. So,
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good.
thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Yes. And to our listeners, we'll see you on the next episode. Bye.
Bye.